हेलो स्टूडेंट्स, वेलकम बैक टू माय चैनल। आज के टॉपिक में सब्स्टिट्यूशन मेथड यूज़ करके इक्वेशन को लीनियर फॉर्म में कैसे रिड्यूस करेंगे सीखेंगे। व्हाट टाइप ऑफ एन इक्वेशन वी आर गोइंग टू कवर टुडे। अगर इक्वेशन एफ डैश ऑफ वाई डी वाई बाई डी एक्स प्लस पी इंटू एफ ऑफ वाई इज इक्वल टू क्यू के फॉर्म में है तो एफ ऑफ वाई के जगह वी पुट करना है, ठीक है। Then automatically f dash of y dy by dx will become dv upon dx. When you do this substitution, the equation will be reduced to dv by dx plus p into v is equal to q. What is this equation called? This is a linear differential equation in terms of v. Here p and q are nothing but the functions of x, or sometimes it can be constants also, ठीक है। इंटीग्रेटिंग फैक्टर का फॉर्मूला क्या है? e रेज टू इंटीग्रल p इंटू डी एक्स एंड सोल्यूशन इज गिवन बाय v इंटू इंटीग्रेटिंग फैक्टर इज इक्वल टू इंटीग्रल ऑफ इंटीग्रेटिंग फैक्टर इंटू q dx प्लस c. ओके, so this is one type, students. What is the other type which we are going to cover today? दूसरा इक्वेशन है f dash of x dx by dy plus p into f of x is equal to q. Okay? अगर इक्वेशन f dash of x dx by dy plus p f of x is equal to q के फॉर्म में है तो f of x के जगह v पुट करना है, ठीक है। सो ऑटोमेटिकली f dash of x dx by dy will become dv upon dy. Okay? When we substitute this, automatically the equation which we are going to get will be dv by dy plus p into v is equal to q. Okay? Now what are this p and q? P and q are nothing but the functions of y, or it can be constants. ठीक है। इंटीग्रेटिंग फैक्टर का फॉर्मूला क्या है? e raised to integral p dy and solution is given by v into integrating factor is equal to integral of integrating factor into q dy plus c. चलिए टाइप 2 एंड टाइप 3 का प्रॉब्लम्स आज के लेक्चर में कवर करेंगे। फर्स्ट सम इज यूनिवर्सिटी ग्रेडेड सम स्टूडेंट्स विच वॉट एवर आई एम कवरिंग, so please carefully observe how we are going to solve the sums. What is the first sum? Solve sec y into dy by dx plus 2x into sin y is equal to 2x cos y. Okay? Examination point of view, reducible to linear form का weightage है 6 marks question. Okay? So what do you understand by this? Whenever the equation is of the form, say f dash of y dy by dx plus p into f of y is equal to q, p and q क्या होना चाहिए? p and q are nothing but the functions of x only. But RHS में एडिशनल टर्म आपको क्या दिख रहा है? cos y. इसके लिए पहला स्टेप आपको क्या लिखना चाहिए? डिवाइडिंग थ्रू आउट बाय cos y, isn't it? Dividing throughout by cos y. When you're going to divide the given equation by cos y, what will happen? Your LHS will become, instead of sec y, it will become sec square y dy by dx plus 2x sin y has become 2x into sin y upon cos y, which is nothing but tan y, is equal to RHS will be just 2x. Okay? Now, if you observe how the equation is looking like, it is looking like f dash of y dy by dx plus p into f of y is equal to q. Okay? What are p and q? P and q are the functions of x only. In such cases, what we are going to do? We have to put f of y is equal to v. What is your f of y here? Tan y. So you will be writing put tan y is equal to v, then automatically your sec square y dy by dx will be always equal to dv upon dx. Therefore, the equation has become dv upon dx plus 2x into v is equal to 2x. Okay? What type of an equation it is? It is nothing but linear differential equation in terms of v. Okay. Now, what are P and Q here? Here, P is equal to 2x and Q is equal to 2x. The next step should be integrating factor value we have to find out. Integrating factor कैसे निकालेंगे? What is the formula which we have studied? IF is equal to e raised to integral P into dx, which is nothing but e raised to 2x into dx, which will give you e raised to 2 integration of x dx क्या है? X square upon 2, which will give you what? E raised to x square. After this, you will be finding out the solution. What is the formula given for solution? Solution is given by, since it is linear in terms of v, the solution will start with v into integrating factor is equal to, on the right hand side you will be putting integrating factor into q dx plus c. Okay, what is v? V is nothing but tan y. And what is integrating factor value? E raised to x square is equal to, right hand side will become integral of e raised to x square into the value of q is nothing but 2x dx plus c. Okay. Now, to take the integration, you will be putting x square is equal to t. Then automatically your 2x dx will become dt. Okay. So, LHS is tan y into e raised to x square, as it is you are supposed to write. RHS will become, in place of e raised to x square, now you will be putting e raised to t. 2x dx का वैल्यू क्या है? dt plus c. Okay. Integral of e raised to t is nothing but e raised to t plus c. Okay. t के जगह पे x square put करना है. Therefore, RHS has become e raised to x square plus c. LHS is tan y into e raised to x square. Therefore, tan y into e raised to x square is equal to e raised to x square plus c is the required solution. Okay. So, let us solve one more sum based on this type, students. Okay, what is the type we are covering? F dash of y dy by dx plus p into f of y is equal to q, where p and q are nothing but the functions of x, or it can be constants. Okay. Second sum is solve x into dy by dx minus 1 is equal to x into e raised to minus y. Okay. So, how do you understand the given sum? Coefficient of dy by dx हमेशा y के फॉर्म में रहना चाहिए. But what is the coefficient which you find? It is x. Therefore, you need to divide throughout by x. Okay. First step is dividing throughout by x. Okay. Then you will be getting LHS as dy by dx minus 1 upon x is equal to e raised to minus y. We know that इक्वेशन अगर dy by dx के फॉर्म में है तो p and q क्या होना चाहिए? या तो फंक्शंस ऑफ x होना चाहिए या तो कांस्टेंट होना चाहिए. बट राइट हैंड साइड में क्या दिख रहा है आपको? e raised to minus y. It is a function of y. Okay. Therefore, we need to divide throughout by e raised to minus y. So, the next step will be dividing throughout by e raised to minus y. Okay. Then, what is that we are going to get? LHS will become e raised to y into dy by dx minus 1 upon x into e raised to y is equal to 1. Okay. How the equation is looking like, students? F dash of y dy by dx plus p into f of y is equal to q. Okay. P is nothing but function of x, which is minus 1 upon x, and q का value आया है constant, which is 1. Okay. Now, what is your f of y? F of y is nothing but e raised to y. So, how do we proceed? Put e raised to y is equal to v. Okay. What is the derivative? E raised to y dy by dx will become dv upon dx. Okay. When we substitute, then automatically it will be dv by dx minus 1 upon x into v is equal to 1. Okay. Now what is this? This is nothing but linear differential equation in terms of v. Okay, so how do we proceed? We need to write the values of p and q, and then we have to find the integrating factor. What is p? P is equal to minus 1 by x and q is equal to 1. Therefore, your integrating factor will become e raised to integral minus 1 upon x dx, which is nothing but e raised to minus log x, which can be written as e raised to log x to the power minus 1, which can be written as what? X raised to minus 1, which is equal to 1 upon x. Okay, integrating factor का value क्या आया है? 1 by x. Okay, now you will be writing solution is given by, okay, what is the formula? Solution is given by v into integrating factor is equal to integral of integrating factor into q dx plus c. Okay, what is v? V is nothing but e raised to y. Okay, into what is integrating factor? Integrating factor is nothing but 1 by x. Therefore, you have written e raised to y upon x is equal to integral of 1 upon x into q is nothing but 1 into dx plus c. Okay, what is integral of 1 by x? It is nothing but log x plus c. Okay, now LHS is e raised to x, y upon x you got. So how do you write? Final step, you can write it as e raised to y is equal to x into log x plus c. Okay, is the required solution. Okay, once you are able to identify the equation correctly, then automatically you will be able to reduce it to the linear form. Okay, students, so we have covered two examples which are based on f dash of y into dy by dx plus p into f of y is equal to q, where p and q are nothing but the functions of x only, or it can be constants. Okay, now type 3 का problems हम लोग cover करेंगे. Let us take the first example as solve y into dx by dy is equal to x plus y into x square log y. Okay, so how do you understand the given sum? Coefficient of dx by dy पहले check करेंगे. dx by dy फॉर्म में है तो कोएफिशिएंट हमेशा x के फॉर्म में रहना चाहिए. बट व्हाट इज द कोएफिशिएंट विच यू हैव सीन? इट इज़ इन टर्म्स ऑफ y. देयरफॉर द फर्स्ट एंड फॉरमोस्ट स्टेप आपको क्या लिखना है? डिवाइडिंग थ्रू आउट बाय, you will be writing it as y. Okay, then you will be getting dx upon dy is equal to RHS will become x upon y plus x square into log y. Okay, now dx by dy form में अगर है तो what should be the next step? You can take x by y to the LHS part. Okay, dx by dy minus 1 upon y into x is equal to what? X square into log y. अगर dx by dy फॉर्म का प्रॉब्लम सॉल्व करेंगे तो p and q क्या होना चाहिए? p and q should be the functions of y only. So एडिशनल टर्म RHS में आपको क्या दिख रहा है? x स्क्वायर दिख रहा है. तो इसके लिए नेक्स्ट स्टेप क्या होना चाहिए? डिवाइडिंग थ्रू आउट बाय x स्क्वायर, isn't it? स्टेप बाय स्टेप लीनियर डिफरेंशियल इक्वेशंस का लेक्चर्स जो इंट्रोडक्शन लेक्चर जो कवर किया है पहला, वो आप अच्छे तरह से देखिए. उसके बाद आसान तरीके से आपको ये टॉपिक समझ में आ जाएगी. ठीक है, डिवाइडिंग थ्रू आउट बाय एक्स स्क्वायर वी गेट LHS विल बी वॉट? 1 अपॉन एक्स स्क्वायर इंटू dx बाई dy माइनस 1 बाई y इंटू x will become 1 upon x, because x upon x square में x and x cancel हो जाता है. फिर 1 by x will be remaining. RHS will be just log y. Okay, so how the equation is looking like now, students? f dash of x into dx by dy plus p into f of x is equal to q. Okay, What is p and what is q? They are nothing but the functions of y only. So minus 1 by y is p and log y is nothing but q. Okay. So what should be the next step? You have to put f of x is equal to v. f of x क्या है? Minus 1 by x. Derivative of f of x क्या होगा? 1 upon x square. Okay. So next step, let us write it as, put minus 1 by x is equal to v. 1 by x का derivative क्या है? Minus 1 upon x square. But minus sign is already there, therefore it will become 1 by x square into dx upon dy is equal to dv upon dy. Okay, therefore you will be writing dv by dy plus 1 by y into v is equal to log y. What type of an equation it is, students? It is linear differential equation in terms of v. Okay, what are p and q here? P is equal to 1 by y and q is equal to log y. Okay. So integrating factor का value कैसे निकालेंगे? What is the formula? E raised to integral p into dy. So it will become e raised to integral 1 by y dy, which is e raised to log y, which will give you y. Okay. Integrating factor is nothing but y we got. Okay. So how do we get the solution? Solution is given by, what is the formula? V into integrating factor is equal to integral of integrating factor into q dy plus c. Okay. So what is your v, students? V is nothing but minus 1 by x. Okay. What is your integrating factor? Y. So LHS will become minus y upon x is equal to, what is your integrating factor? It is nothing but y. Q is nothing but log y into dy plus c. Okay. Now let us arrange the terms. Minus y by x is equal to integral of log y पहला लिखेंगे, उसके बाद y लिखेंगे dy plus c. इंटीग्रेशन बाय पार्ट्स यूज़ करेंगे स्टूडेंट्स. इंटीग्रेशन बाय पार्ट्स क्या सीखा है? LHS as it is you write minus y by x, integration of log y into y, it is nothing but log y को as it is लिखना है. फिर इंटीग्रेशन ऑफ y dy क्या होता है? y square by 2 minus integral of integral y dy into outside the bracket you will be getting d by dy of what? Log y plus c. Okay. So the next step will be what? Minus y by x will be equal to log y into y square by 2. Then you have minus integral of integration of y dy क्या होता है? Y square by 2. Okay. Then what is d by dy of log y? It is nothing but 1 by y plus c. If you observe, y and y is getting cancelled and integration of y by 2 dy is nothing but what? You will be getting the final answer as y square by 4. Okay. So here it will be dy. Okay. So how do we proceed? The final step will be minus y by x is equal to log y into y square by 2 minus y square upon 4 plus c. This is the required solution, students. इंटीग्रेशन बाय पार्ट्स यूज़ करके पहले भी हमने सम्स सॉल्व किया है, तो इसके लिए आई एम नॉट राइटिंग द फॉर्मूला अगेन हियर. ओके. सो आई होप एवरीबडी हैज़ फॉलोड इंटीग्रेशन बाय पार्ट्स का फॉर्मूला कैसे हमने यूज़ किया है. ठीक है. सो लास्ट सम ऑफ टुडेज लेक्चर लेट अस कवर इट एज सॉल्व dx अपॉन dy इज इक्वल टू e raised to y minus x into e raised to y minus e raised to x. Okay. So how do we solve this? Dx upon dy is equal to, you can write e raised to y minus x can be written as e raised to y upon e raised to x into e raised to y minus e raised to x. Okay. If you do the cross multiplication, your LHS will become e raised to x into dx by dy is equal to e raised to y and into e raised to y will give you e raised to 2y minus e raised to y into e raised to x. Okay. Now you bring this minus e raised to y into e raised to x to the LHS part. Then automatically you will be getting e raised to x into dx by dy plus e raised to y into e raised to x is equal to what? E raised to 2y. Now how the equation is looking like, students? It is in the form of f dash of x into dx by dy plus p into f of x is equal to q. Okay. Now what is your function of x? It is nothing but e raised to x. Therefore, you are going to put e raised to x is equal to v. Then automatically your e raised to x dx by dy will give you dv upon dx. Now you need to substitute e raised to x dx by dv as dv by dx. Then automatically your equation will become linear differential equation. Okay. So therefore the next step will be dv by dx plus e raised to y into v is equal to e raised to 2y. Okay. So what type of an equation it is? It is linear differential equation in terms of v. Okay. What are p and q, students? P and q are nothing but the functions of y only. So here p is equal to e raised to y you got, and q you got it as e raised to 2y. Then your integrating factor will be equal to what? E raised to integral p dy you got. Okay. So this is nothing but e raised to integral e raised to y dy, which will give you e raised to y. Okay. So after finding out integrating factor, you will have to write the solution. Okay. How do you find the solution? Solution is given by v into integrating factor is equal to integral of integrating factor into q dy plus c. Okay. So what is v? V is nothing but e raised to x. Integrating factor is e raised to y, which will be equal to integral of e raised to y into what is the value of q? Q is nothing but e raised to 2y into dy plus c. Okay. If you want, you can write e raised to y into e raised to 2y को e raised to y into e raised to y लिख सकते हैं. ठीक है. अभी नेक्स्ट स्टेप क्या है? यू आर गोइंग टू पुट e raised to y is equal to say t. Then automatically your e raised to y dy will become dt. Then your LHS is e raised to x into e raised to y. Write as it is, and your RHS will become e to the power e raised to y के जगह t put करना है, and we know that e raised to y dy is equal to dt. So in place of e raised to y you can put t, and e raised to y dy के जगह dt put कर सकते हैं. ठीक है. Now you are going to integrate e raised to t into t dt. Okay. So this you can arrange it in a proper way. First you write t and then e raised to t dt. Integral of t e raised to t dt क्या होगा? The next step is, let us integrate the function, students. Okay. So this is nothing but t into integral of e raised to t dt minus integral of integral e raised to t dt into what you are having? d by dt of t you will be getting. Okay. Plus c. Okay. So how do we proceed? This is nothing but your LHS, you have it as e raised to x into e raised to y is equal to t into e raised to t minus e raised to t plus c you got. Okay. Now e raised to x into e raised to y is equal to, you can take e raised to t common, then it will become t minus 1 plus c. Now you substitute the value of t here. What is your t? E raised to y. So it has become e raised to y into e raised to y minus 1 plus c. Okay. LHS is what? E raised to x into e raised to y. if you observe, e raised to y is there in LHS as well as RHS. Okay. Further, if you want to simplify, you can write it as e raised to x is equal to e raised to y minus 1 plus c into e to the power minus e raised to y. Okay. So this step is not mandatory. If you want, you can leave it here. Otherwise, you can write this as the final answer. Okay. So what is the final solution, students? E raised to x is equal to e raised to y minus 1 plus c into e raised to minus e raised to y. You can write it as is required solution. Okay. So with this, we have completed two types of problems which are based on f dash of y dy by dx plus p into f of y is equal to q. उसमें p and q क्या है? p and q are nothing but the functions of x only, or it can be constants. इसी तरह f dash of x dx by dy plus p into f of x is equal to q के फॉर्म में p and q क्या होना चाहिए? p and q are the functions of y, or it can be constants. Okay. So with this 4 examples, I think the concept should be very clear, students. Okay. So thank you. We will see in the next lecture. Next lecture में Bernoulli's equation cover करेंगे. Thank you all.